What up, it's your boy K-Blao with X. Sign up at X.com. Let y'all know I'm the only nigga riding around in Chicago with this motherfucking dome light on for y'all motherfuckers. So y'all better enjoy this shit, like and subscribe. Cause if I get pulled over and get shot by the motherfucking police and y'all don't even like and subscribe my shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. Alright, look, but real shit in the afterlife I'm talking about. Alright, but look, check this out real quick, alright? I want to break down the 4 different chambers of the earth, wind, water, and fire in the predictable Zodiac avatars. Now, mind you, I read this shit in a book. It was called, shit, what was it called? It was called something with love signs, the element of the love signs or something like that. When he gave 4 different, damn, I wish it's fucked up. I don't know the name of this book. It was a book changed my life. He basically said it was 4 different pre-predictable avatar. When you're saying the concept of avatar is like, it's a program, it's like a fucking personality type, you see what I'm saying? Character type, you see what I'm saying? So, he said it was 4 different emotional avatars for the elements. It's a big ass truck coming up behind me, about to knock my ass the fuck out. It was earth, wind, water, and fire. As most people follow my page know that we're talking about the elements of earth, wind, water, and fire. Okay, so the earth signs, basically, they had this motherfucker named Scrooge. It was like, when earth signs go into their negative element, it was the element of Scrooge. Most people start out in the day starting to have a good day, but when a trigger hit, you know what I'm saying, the earth sign turns into Scrooge, which is like, this is a motherfucker who's frugal over money. This is a guy who was bah humbug. He didn't care about Christmas. He fired people on Christmas. Christmas is more like water. It's about spirit and cheer. Scrooge was not about that at all. He was about money and tangible items and, you know what I'm saying, proof of money and practicality. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about money. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he don't care about emotion. He cares about money. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a water sign, or if you're an air sign, or if you're a fire sign, and you're dealing with Scrooge, and you're talking about money, you ask him for some money, you don't know that you're hitting a direct trigger on this earth sign who is built like the lower self avatar of Scrooge, and he hasn't, as an adult, fully overcome his weaknesses with money. So people have strengths, people have weaknesses. The weaknesses of earth signs is money, tangible items, their house, their car, their job. This is their weakness. It's like Scrooge. It's like you're dealing with Scrooge. So when you approach Scrooge, how would you approach Scrooge? When you approach an earth sign, approach him like Scrooge. You know what I'm saying? Because this is who their nature is when you're dealing with water, you know what I mean, when you're dealing with money and these type of issues. You cannot press on them and expect them to understand certain issues the way that you understand them. You know what I'm saying? This is Scrooge. Then you got the air signs. Like me, I'm an air sign. Our shit is time, which is the white rabbit avatar. When you look at, this is our weakness, is that when you look at the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, you got him running and he's looking at his clock. He's like, I'm late for a very important day. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. And Alice is like, why is he late? What the fuck is going on? Hey, stop talking. He's like, I can't talk, I gotta go do this shit. I got more important shit I gotta do. I gotta run, they gonna cut my head off. You know what I'm saying? So they're showing you this in that, like, air signs, this is how we kind of act, in that we feel like by running around, acting like this, that it gives us our freedom. By being loose and submissive and scattered and all over the place, we think this is freedom. It's not. It's actually locking us in to, you know what I'm saying, a lower self trigger. No matter that, who the fuck jump on this pattern, we're gonna treat them like that, no matter who the fuck they is. Like, you see what I'm saying? And you don't notice until you run into somebody really important and you find yourself wanting to get away from them and run away like the white rabbit. Like, you don't even know why you acting like this. Like, you see what I'm saying? Until you overcome that, you're gonna be stuck in that fucking lower self nature. This is our weakness, this is air signs. You see what I'm saying? Then, I'm giving very general interpretations. You say, then you got the water signs. The water signs is what they call a Tinkerbell avatar. And if you understand the story of Tinkerbell, this is the character from Peter Pan who was loyal to Peter Pan. She was following him around. She was a fucking fairy. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just followed this motherfucker around all over the place wherever he went. Well, eventually what ended up happening was Peter Pan met a chick named Wendy. And that, you know, Tinkerbell was like this big. Peter Pan was a real live boy. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't love her the same way that she loved him. You know what I'm saying? So when Tinkerbell met Wendy, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, these people come from a fantasy world, fucking Neverland's dream world, fantasy, you know what I'm saying? Fucking dreams and, you know what I'm saying? So when Peter Pan met Wendy, Tinkerbell got super jealous. She got so jealous to the point she left Peter Pan and went over to Captain Hook and aided Captain Hook in kidnapping Wendy. You see what I'm saying? So when Peter Pan came around, he was like, man, what the hell? You went and aided Hook? How the hell could you do something like that, man? Tinkerbell was like, because you was treating that girl better than you was treating me, and you wasn't loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what water signs do when they feel like their emotions ain't being reciprocated. They gonna go do some bogus shit in order to prove, just to prove a point. In that, like, you know, I've been loyal to you, I've been with you since day one. So like, they gonna pull a Tinkerbell move. They gonna go do the dark side. These motherfuckers are gonna cheat on you. They gonna hit you. They gonna whoop your ass. They gonna get super emotional. They gonna ignore you. They gonna spite you. You like, look at Tinkerbell. Go on YouTube and look up the videos of Tinkerbell. And which, mind you, do this for all of them. Look up Scrooge. Look up the White Rabbit. Look up Tinkerbell and look at the little video. Like, there's a video on YouTube of Tinkerbell from the original Peter Pan, and just look at the clips of her and like look at water signs and look how the motherfuckers act. Mind you, when I first read about Tinkerbell, I was like, what the fuck? This is water sign love? Like, it didn't even make sense to me at all until like it took months that went by. When I was seeing, I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what this is. This is like, these are people that like love to go against, like, until they go against whatever, like the motherfucker they with. Like Tinkerbell with Peter Pan, until they go against the motherfucker and they make up and get back together and shit. Like, this is what the fuck they do constantly. This is why I'm so hard on water signs, is that like, they don't even know that I already know that they're gonna pull this shit. The Tinkerbell avatar, like okay, like, now that I didn't pair it off with you, it's just a matter of time before you gonna look for an example to treat me like Peter Pan and go against me in order to get stronger, just to fucking, you know, this is how they get stronger. It's by going against the motherfuckers that they pair off with. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's Tinkerbell. Then you got, last one is Wizard of Oz, which is the fire signs. In that, like, man, oh my God. The Wizard of Oz is the fire signs in that you're dealing with pride, you're dealing with ego, you're dealing with the fact that, okay, these are people that want to be leaders, they want to be the Don Juan, they want to be the fucking, the king of everything, you see what I'm saying? So, they not, damn, the motherfucking state police. I got my motherfucking light on. Y'all better hope I don't get pulled over. I get pulled over, I got the camera going, so y'all seen this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in a motherfucking trap. I'm in Chicago. They trap niggas like us. Especially right on, I think motherfucking don't land. No matter of fact, I'm turning this shit off. You see what I'm saying? So, when you think about the fire signs, we talking about ego, pride. You see what I'm saying? When we talk about the Wizard of Oz, when you look at the last scene in Wizard of Oz with Dorothy was talking to motherfucking the wizard, and she was like, hey, I got, you know, the broom that you asked me for. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, go away. And she was like, wait a minute, you asked me to come back with the broom. We did everything you asked us to. Now, you know what I'm saying, and give us what we want. And he was like, man, how dare you talk to me like that? And I'm the goddamn king of the Wizard of Oz, and you know who the fuck I am, and you can't talk to me like that. And you know what I'm saying, he had the big flames coming up in the smoke, and they were sitting there, they were scared, they was intimidated. But then some crazy shit happened. The dog ran over and pulled back a green curtain. It was a dude standing behind the curtain, you know what I'm saying, and they saw him and they were like, what the fuck, this is all some bullshit, this is an illusion that this dude is showing us. And he was like, never mind the man behind the curtain, you know what I'm saying, come back another day and I'm gonna deal with this on that day. And they were like, man, hold on, Joe, we just seen what the fuck you doing. Why is you still trying to keep this front going? Like, you see what I'm saying? And just like the White Rabbit didn't know he needed Alice, the Wizard of Oz didn't know that he needed Dorothy, and the people that bring him in, they brought him out from behind the curtain and allowed him to be his true self around his people. And that, like, he didn't feel his burden to uphold this big image, you know what I'm saying, to the people, and that, like, the people could approach him and get the information that they needed, and it was all copacetic. And that, like, a lot of times fire signs had that urge to, like, you know what I'm saying, overdo it in regards to, you know what I'm saying, their personality and who they are in regards to what the fuck is going on, and like establishing themselves as the motherfucking boss. Like, you know what I'm saying, and that they'll use illusions and tricks and smoke and intimidation like the Wizard of Oz in order to get their point across. Like, you see what I'm saying? And this is the ego, and this is some shit that this is their weakness. This is the chamber that they've been dealt, the shit that they gotta overcome while they're here on this planet. And you see what I'm saying? And it's just when you play cards, like how they got diamonds, clubs, spades, and fucking hearts. You know what I'm saying? The tarot cards kind of work the same in that, like, there are the different signs, earth, wind, water, and fire, and that every sign has a card, and then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the fucking page, was it knight, queen, king, and the ace is number 1. So when you do this shit, you understand that, like, all this shit is pre-predictable. And when you read the cards, you see the difference between the levels of the degrees of fire, the degrees of air, the degrees of earth, and that is 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you looking at it like a movie playing out. Just like, that's why I say when you watch around the movies, you see these pre-predictable characteristics play out in movies. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what element it is. You see what I'm saying? So I use the 4 different zodiac avatars as an example. They closed? Man, they closed. They fucked up. Alright, well, you see what I'm saying? I was trying to get some of these motherfucking phones up. But yeah, I use the 4 different zodiac elements as a motherfucking key to, you know what I'm saying, to understand how people are going to react in certain situations based on their triggers. You see what I'm saying? And they lower self-traits depending on whether or not they transcended these traits or not. You see what I'm saying? And you see it play out a lot of times. Like you said, like I was just chilling with my boy, and he was an air sign, he was an Aquarius like me, and a girl was calling. It was late night. She wanted that pillow talk. She wanted that emotional shit, and he was out riding around with me. You see what I'm saying? He was like, man, fuck that bitch. You see what I'm saying? She always calling me late. She always stalking me. She was calling him repeatedly, and he was like, man, fuck that bitch. This bitch is always calling me late night. I told that bitch I'm out kicking it. Why is this bitch always calling me? You see what I'm saying? And I was like, well, shit, he don't understand. Like, if it was a water sign, go through the same shit. Like, a water sign is more likely to pick up the phone. It ain't necessarily a big deal to a water sign. Like, you see what I'm saying? But him, if this was the issue that he was pressing, to him, and this was a big deal. Like, no, fuck that. She need to understand that if I'm out, you know, I'm not picking up the phone. And I'm like, man, you looking right at the phone. You could just pick up the phone, show her what's going on, and say, hey, babe, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Everything's great, and hang up the phone. But to him, he was like, no, nigga, fuck that. Like, and he didn't understand that this is a lower self-trait. This is negativity. This is negative energy. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't understand what it was about, the dynamic that was causing him to act this way. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this with earth signs, and when we dealing with money, and like we talking about $5, I got them at $3 and shit like that, and the motherfuckers will press this issue over goddamn at $3. Like, you see what I'm saying? You be like, damn, like motherfuckers will get in an argument over $3. I've seen this shit with water signs, and then a motherfucker will, you talk to their ass every day on the phone, but you skip one day, all of a sudden they think you are running around cheating on you and shit like that, and that like you not on the Tinkerbell shit, and they gonna go do some stupid shit. They gonna jump on Facebook or fucking text a motherfucker or call up another motherfucker and go flirt with them just based on the fact that you didn't pick up the phone on goddamn it Thursday. This is the Tinkerbell shit. You know what I'm saying? You see the shit with the fire signs and that, like, you know what I'm saying, depending on who gonna get a job or who gonna get a different position or who the fuck is gonna be the boss of the, who gonna be in the lead position of the basketball team and shit like that. Like, you see what I'm saying, and who competing the hardest, or who got the best rap, or who's the best, whatever, what they do, who could throw the best parties. You see what I'm saying? Like, all that shit is different. People use different intimidation. 1 second, please. People use different intimidation tactics to try to see who's the best, you know what I'm saying, at what they do. This is all fire sign shit, Wizard of Oz shit. So when, you know what I'm saying, when you know the lower self shit, you see the triggers, you see what's pulling and tugging at different people. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just broke this video down real quick, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to order some motherfucking food because y'all motherfuckers is taking up entirely too much time. This is like, I thought this was gonna be like a 5-minute video. It's like fucking almost 14 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get back to y'all motherfuckers later. Subscribe to my channel if you ain't. So I'm saying, sign up for X.com. Why I Hate Sagittarius is coming soon. So I'm saying, leave some comments below. Appreciate it. Peace.